So you see the Backrooms theme in the weekly contest and you think, okay, I get it. Yellow walls, empty spaces, that creepy, unsettling feeling. It's a classic internet horror story. But what if I told you there's a rumor, a massive community secret, that says the theme isn't just a fun reference? What if it's actually a memorial? There's a legend about a hidden passage, a secret code, and a terrifying room that supposedly uncovers a dark truth about Lana, the original nail tech, and a monster that hunts the game. Today, we're pulling on that thread and going deep on one of the biggest legends in Dress to Impress. We're going to follow the breadcrumbs that have sent tons of players on a hunt for a secret that might change how you see the game forever. We'll look at the rumored hidden rooms, the cryptic codes, and the chilling story they supposedly tell. And then we're going to answer the big question: is any of it real? It all starts in the one place everyone visits but almost no one really looks at: the salon. For newer players, this is line as a salon, but veterans of the game will remember when it used to be Lana's salon. According to the legend, this is ground zero. The story passed around in hushed whispers on Discord servers and in comment sections claims that not everything in the salon is as solid as it looks. The legend says that if you go to the main shelf, the one with all the makeup, you'll find a tiny detail on the floor, a puddle of spilled nail polish. The myth claims this isn't just a random decoration, it's a marker. The theory goes that if you walk straight into the shelf right over that puddle, your avatar doesn't stop. You just pass right through it. Once you're through the shelf, you find yourself in a dark, hidden space behind the wall. It's a cramped, claustrophobic little area with a rickety ladder going up and a dark pit leading down. And the legend is super specific about this part. You do not climb the ladder. You have to drop down into the darkness. This fall supposedly leads you into a horrifying basement, all fleshy pink and red. It's a room that isn't on any map, a place the community has grimly nicknamed the meat room. Just finding a place like that is terrifying enough, especially since it's so different from the bright, happy vibe of the rest of the game. But the legend insists this is just the beginning. The real secret, the thing that ties this whole mystery together, is locked away even deeper inside this hidden, fleshy dungeon. Inside the meat room, the legend says players find a single ominous door with a keypad next to it. For a long time, this is where the trail went cold. The door itself was a dead end, leading to nothing. But that keypad was supposedly real, and the community became obsessed with cracking the code. What was this room? Why hide it? And what was it supposed to unlock? According to the stories, players tried everything: game update dates, famous fashion designer birthdays, you name it. The myth makes it sound like this secret was so well kept that it took a huge community effort to finally find this sequence, with some people even claiming they had to data mine all game files. This was a bombshell. The secret wasn't just in the meat room, it was a clue pointing all the way back to the main lobby. It pointed to something thousands of players see every single day but never ever think to inspect. The DTI logo itself was the final key. This is where the whole story really comes together. Following the clue from the keypad, players were supposedly able to find the real secret. Getting up to the giant DTI logo on the lobby wall isn't easy. The legend says you have to parkour your way up using nearby plants and ledges. It's tricky, almost like it was designed to keep people out. But if you stick the landing, the legend says you will find another glitched wall. You just phase right through it and enter a fully formed hidden room. And the description of this room is where the Backrooms connection becomes impossible to ignore. The room is said to have that sick mono yellow wallpaper, just like the creepypasta. The lighting is dim, the air feels heavy, and the decorations are disturbing. The walls are supposedly covered in portraits of Lana, the original nail tech. Some are normal, but in others her eyes are scratched out. In one corner, the myth describes a tattered poster that reads "Missing Lana's nails," and near it, hidden so well you particularly have to clip your camera through a wall to see it, is text that says "She is not me." According to the legend, this room is the monster's lair, a trophy room, and the prison that inspired the Backrooms outfit theme. It's an incredibly dark and detailed story, right? The idea that a whole story narrative is playing out just under the surface of a fashion game is what makes the DTI community so dedicated. If you love digging into game lore like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button because you won't want to miss what we look into next. Now, let's get to the most important part of this whole thing. So, we followed the legend from start to finish. A secret passage, a hidden meat room, a cryptic code, and a final, terrifying layer inside the DTI logo. It's a really compelling story built and expanded on by the community over time. But the big question is any of it real? Okay, let's be real. After spending hours in the current version of the game trying to glitch through every wall in the salon, and digging through developer notes and trusted community forums, the proof just isn't there. There is no solid evidence that a walk-through shelf tied to a nail polish spill exists in the official Dress to Impress game. The meat room, the keypad, all appear to be a powerful piece of community-created fiction. And because of that, the secret backroom style room inside the DTI logo is also part of the myth, not a real place you can actually visit in the game. So where did this incredibly detailed story come from? It's basically a community-driven ARG, an alternative reality game. the lore of Lana being replaced by an imposter named Lina, her abduction by a monster, and the whole plague narrative are all parts of a fascinating story created by the players. For the players, it's a huge testament to how invested the community is. They didn't just play the game, they wrote their own dark story into its empty corners. The claims that the secret only exists in certain updates are likely just part of the legend's mystic, which makes it impossible to disprove. If you can't find it, well, it must be because the developers patched it out. It's a classic feature of video game ghost stories. So, the dress to impress Backrooms secret everyone missed isn't a secret room. The real secret is the story itself. It's a sprawling, collaborative work of fan fiction that took on a life of its own, becoming so widespread that many players believe it's a real hidden feature. The Backrooms outfit theme is most likely just a timely and fun pop culture reference, not an in-game memorial for a character's made-up disappearance. But in a way, that's almost more interesting. It shows that the DTI community is full of creative storytellers who built a terrifying and compelling horror narrative right under everyone's noses. The game gave them a stage, and the players wrote the script for a horror movie. We didn't find a monster's lair today, but we did find a place of DTI story. We found a legend.